This episode is brought to you by La Artisan, your only and your best French Mediterranean cuisine in Cebu. Hi guys, welcome to Passionpreneur again. This is Sir Chubby, your host, and this is where we talk about people's passion, people's career, that they're able to monetize it and become a full-time passionpreneur. And today we are blessed because we have a very special guest, and he's a chef, and he's not Filipino, but he's very passionate in the Philippines. And let's all welcome Chef Broutin.
Good afternoon.
Can you just give a short background of yourself?
Well, my name is Jeffrey. Yeah, I've been in the Philippines for almost 4 years, and I did all my studies in France, where I was born. And then after that, I moved to England, where I did my first arm in cooking.
Okay.
And
what year was that?
That was around 2007. After England, I decided to take a trip to Dubai. I mean, England was a very good stepping stone for me being French, because
Okay.
I
Yeah.
get to learn English. Yeah, and you cannot go anywhere in the world if you don't speak English.
Yep,
right?
definitely.
So after England, after I think 5 years, I decided to take a leap of faith and go to Dubai. So I joined the Shangri-La group.
Did you start like from the ranks as a chef, or like from being a sous chef, or did you start?
I started as a chef de partie.
Chef de partie, okay.
Dubai.
What section? By the way, can you please define chef de partie for our
Chef
viewers?
de partie is the chef of one specific section in the kitchen.
I know that you've been in the cooking or being a chef, or I would say cooking. I think, and I believe, I don't know if you agree with me, all chefs are home cooks by heart. How did you start or discover that love for food or for cooking?
Well, the passion really started with my grandma. When you reach the age of 16 in France, you just finish high school.
You already done with high school with that, 16.
So you have to make a choice for your life, right?
Yeah.
So you decide in which branch you're gonna go. And then when I was 16, I went to an open door in a catering school, and I decided to enroll.
Wow.
So it's a 5 years course.
5 years. Take note of that. Most of our culinary schools here are just usually 1 year or 2 years, but here is 5 years in France, where the culture is almost like gourmet food. Is it safe to say that this is also because of the culture that you became a chef, or is it really?
Well, it's really dominant in our culture.
Yep.
The food.
Yeah. Usually, is it safe to say that all French people can cook?
I would say 90% of them.
Wow, really?
Mm.
Do you know how to cook rice? I'm just kidding.
Actually, no.
No, really?
No. Rice is really something we don't really cook in France.
Yep.
Yeah? We have rice maybe once in
Or
a
maybe
blue moon.
you do risotto, which is
Risotto is
very
okay.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
very different.
But rice, not
No.
really. And we cook it very differently from how you cook it.
Yeah,
we
you
don't have
like-
rice cooker in France.
Here we like our rice to be just enough, no? And not
Rice is life.
Coming from your grandmother, how were you able to cultivate it? Because I believe passion starts with something like you enjoying it, or like, for example, maybe when you arrive, you enjoyed watching your grandmother. How were you able to cultivate it like into a full passion and eventually a profession?
Well, with my grandmother, it was really a hobby. Yeah, and the passion really started to grow when I joined catering school. Because in
Okay.
catering school, you can do very
Varied.
varied learning skills, and for 5 years, that's all you do. Yeah, or you still learn math and French and all that stuff, but mainly it's
Open menu.
it's an open menu. Yeah? It's a lot of hours of practice within the school, in the kitchen of the school, and the passion starts from them. And you start learning with your teachers, and they tell you about life in general in that field.
In that context, yeah. As being a chef, or
And France catering school, it's really
very different also. I would expect
yeah,
something very
It's
different.
very strict.
Yeah.
It's basically like the army.
Oh, really? Wow, that's French cuisine for you. Is it like what we see, like for example, we always see Gordon Ramsay? Is it how it's
Same.
Wow,
Same.
like people shout at each
They're
other.
very disciplined.
What or how different was it starting a restaurant here in Cebu?
Actually, it was very, very easy.
Really?
I was very surprised on how easy, paperwork wise.
Yeah, of course.
It was to open your own business in the Philippines.
Yep.
Because in France, you need many permits, and
Sometimes you can
time
even
takes months before you even
really?
get to open.
here you can open without the permits.
Yes.
You
As long as it's on process,
it's
fine.
in process. Yeah, you can say you just have the certificates and the receipts.
We actually I met my wife in Dubai,
Yeah,
and she was working with Shangri-La also. She's from Cebu.
Okay.
So when we got together, we got to come on vacation in Cebu,
Wow.
and I really love the place. So we moved here in April, and I started looking for a job. But
As a chef, of course.
As a chef, of course. It was very
You didn't
difficult.
apply for Shangri-La?
I did, but it was full at the time.
Okay.
When we arrived, there was nearly no vacancy anywhere. And after 1 month of searching, I gave up. And I said, okay, let's open our own thing. So in October, we opened L'Artisan. No, when we opened, it was very dark, very French, very
very
formal. Everybody was very scared to enter because we have, you have long curtains and.
So French. Yep.
Hmm.
But
It was maybe too sophisticated at the time for
people
Cebu.
get scared if it's too
Looks too
expensive.
mahal.
Too mahal, yeah. Very good. Coming from that, I would like to talk about because a lot of the people really they say, "Oh, I'm a passionate person. I like this. I just want to draw. I just want to paint. I just want to dance." But being a passionpreneur, really, there's a thing that we call about being also a business person or an administration person. How are you able to learn those skills when you were starting your career?
Basically, the practical skills that you learn is really at the beginning of your career, yeah. And as much you get on top of positions,
Yep.
you learn different skills that are not really,
Taught in school.
not taught in school, and it's very different from cooking. Basically, you learn all the thing at the backstage, right?
Yep.
So you learn to play with numbers.
Yes.
You learn your costings.
Yes.
Your marketing strategies.
Yes.
Yeah, and really Shangri-La was really the stepping stone for me to learn all these skills. It was a very, very wide
Yep.
training programs,
Yep.
and I wouldn't have been able to open my own restaurant
If
coming
you
out
didn't-
of Dubai
Yeah.
if I wasn't in Shangri-La, I would say.
Wow. Would you advise people, like especially for passionpreneurs or those who are still passionate about what they do, would you advise them to find that first or learn that first before doing something on their own?
Oh, of course, 100%.
100%. Okay. So it's or can they start doing it as a more of a sideline? For example,
They can start small.
okay.
They can start small as a sideline if they don't know the business. Yeah.
Yep.
If it's just a passion or hobby.
Yeah,
that
for
they
example,
want to
making bags.
Take further.
They enjoy making bags. Should they start doing it on the side first?
They can start small scale.
Okay.
Yeah. And then grow it to something bigger and bigger.
And Jeff, I would like to ask you this because there are a lot of, and some people are, I think I would believe 50-50. Some people would say that it should be 50%, you should focus on your passion, you should do your passion right away. And to the millennials, they always say that, oh, I only want to work on something that I love, I enjoy. But personally, how do we balance it, Jeff, that it's also that person or that millennial or for any person, they're still being productive while following their passion or what they love?
Well, it's really depending on the field you want to take, right?
Yep.
If I have to speak for my own field
Yes, okay.
as a restaurant owner, it's very different from it being a passion and it being your life works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is true. Okay.
You can be passionate, but maybe
But-
you're not willing to put on the hours to be
Yeah.
successful.
Yep.
And opening a restaurant,
It's
the main thing
definitely-
you need to know is that it's gonna be a hell of a sacrifice as working hours. I have a daughter, which I see maybe in total 10 to 15 hours a week.
Wow. I would relate also.
So it's really a sacrifice that you need to be ready to make.
In terms of being there as an owner at the same time as a passionate person is totally different, right? So that's I think that's clear, no? But
Also being the fact that it's very different from being an employee in the field of restaurant
yes.
and being an owner of a restaurant. It's a very different scale of thinking.
And how would you advise people that are in that path, that are in that crossroads right now, like they're thinking of being they're on their own and or just continuing
They're wanting to open their own thing.
Yep, and
Just-
just an employee.
Just take your time, yeah? We say life is short, but you still have time to realize your dreams
Okay.
and try to think about every aspect of the project you want to open
Okay.
before you open it. It's very important.
Is it okay also to consider doing it if they have a lot of savings financially?
Or you have to. It's really a restaurant is will take a lot of your money,
Okay.
especially during opening time. Need to have a lot of capital to bear the cost of if it's not
Yep.
busy straight away.
For renovation.
Especially here in the Philippines, electricity is very expensive.
Yep, here it's very expensive.
So that's one of the things that you need to think about before you open your own business.
Like
There's a golden rule that if you open a business, you need to have enough capital for the first month.
Yep, 6 months. Yeah. Or some even say for the next 2 years. What part of being a passionpreneur is the most difficult for you?
I would say, well, it was very difficult for me because we opened in a country that we didn't know.
Yeah, okay.
Like I didn't know.
You didn't
right?
know. Jeff, can you just lastly give sort of something of an advice to passionpreneurs or those who want to really work on their passion on what they love to do? What will be your words for them or your message for them?
Or just take it easy and make sure you have enough skills. Make sure you learn everything you have to learn first
Okay.
before you enter the world of business. And that's it. Stay passionate. Make sure you love what you do.
Okay.
And because if you don't like it, it's not going to be a nice experience. It's a business that requires a lot of sacrifices.
Yep.
So be ready to make them. And that's it.
Jeff, can you just invite all the people in Cebu, in the Philippines, to visit your restaurant, L'Artisan?
Of course, come to L'Artisan anytime. We open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Wow.
and 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And you can come. We have a very good steak promotion nowadays, yeah, which is a steak all you can
Wow.
for 999 pesos.
Wow. That's all you can.
All you can steak, and we serve you a nice little buffet to go with your
Yeah, like
to go on the side of your steak.
Wow. 989. All you can eat.
All you can eat steak.
I'm not gonna eat for one day. Okay. How can they contact you, L'Artisan?
You can reach us from our Facebook page, yeah, through Messenger or from email.
Okay.
And you can contact us at 415-5878, where our team will be more happy to assist you for your booking.
Okay. You also cater to birthday parties exclusively here?
We cater for birthday parties. We can make the restaurant exclusive for you. We have a private chef's table. We can accommodate 12 people.
12 people. Okay.
We can do special set menus. We even do wine 101.
Yep.
When
Let's
we
talk about that
did
for a
last
while.
time.
Yeah.
And basically, you book the chef's table, and we do you a 3-course menu with pairing wine that goes with it, and I'll be the one to
The best paired wine.
the best paired wine for the food you receive,
Wow.
and I'll be the one to personally go to the chef's table and explain to you how you take the wine, or you swirl your glass, or you can see what you expect
smell it.
before you even drink the wine. It's a very fun course, and it's less than 1,000 pesos per person.
Wow. Jeff, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
sharing your knowledge and your expertise. I hope we have been able to inspire a lot of passionpreneurs, especially those who are cooking or becoming a chef.
I hope so.
If you're watching this in YouTube, please don't forget to click that bell so that you'll be notified every time we have a new episode. If you're watching in Facebook, please like our page and invite people or share this video if you have somebody or you know somebody who wants to be a chef or wants to grow or have his own restaurant. Again, thank you so much for watching. Like we always say here in Passionpreneur, do what you love.
Love what you do.
You are a
passionpreneur.
passionpreneur.